I said to myself, this is not going in the right direction.
No, no, that doesn't sound like the right direction. Okay, now I want to ask the question again because I don't know that you got it. When I wanted to know the aha moment, the moment where you said, "Here's what I can do to turn my life around. I can start a business."
Sure.
I mean, I'll start a business first, and then what kind of business, or did you think right away I'll pick up dog crap?
Well, I remember getting out of jail, and the day I got out of jail, I had my dog, which has been loyal to me. I was walking him, and I said to myself, I got to pick up his dog poop. There's something in this, and knowing that everything else I did I wasn't good at. Wonder if I could charge people to pick up their dog poop, and then all of a sudden it was like, bang, the name came, and then obviously the business started growing. Then.
Really? Oh well, that's
Yeah.
cool. So how did you start? Did you just get a van? Did you have the office? Did you have any money at all?
I had no money at all. I started doing with little things, merchandisers, some radio ads, some small TV ads, pretty much any way to raise awareness that my business was out there and letting people know there's a service out there like that in central Pennsylvania.
And this was 8 or 9 years ago?
Yeah, almost 9 years ago. 10 years ago, I think this June will be 10 years.
Was your wife supportive of you for this venture with your young baby?
Well, it's interesting, Robin. My son is to a previous relationship, the relationship that I was part of, the one also abused my son's mother, or got me ultimately in jail. So that was another relationship, and in that relationship, that was before I started Mr. Scoop. I will say, when I got out of prison, obviously I was single. After my actions, I started dating another woman who, in the beginning, was not supportive of it all. And I remember coming home one day from working, opened up the front door, and the house was completely empty. She didn't support the idea at all.
Oh, okay.
Oh, how sad
Oh
is
my
that?
goodness. Well,
Sure.
Oh.
She even took the toilet paper out and the knives and forks in the dishwasher. Clean me clean. So.
Oh,
so she's
gee.
gone. She's not in your life
gone.
anymore, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Well, her loss, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So try to be a psychiatrist for a second, or a psychologist. What is it, do you think, about coming up with an idea that makes you self-sufficient that suddenly changes all those other things about a person? I mean, why, if you've already admitted you were alcoholic, you already admitted that you were abusive to people, why did having a business change all of that?
Well, I think it gave me a reason to live, knowing that at the time I was struggling with just being, grateful and thankful that God's given me an opportunity to be alive. I needed more to push myself and do more for my own self-esteem at the time, which was so low. Obviously, that was probably why I was drinking so much.
Okay. I went to your website, which is MrScoop.com.
Yes, sir.
And somewhere I saw the price. Here it is. If you have one dog, it costs $40 a month or $480 a year.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's not bad. So what do you come only when I call you, or do you show up at my house every day, every week? How do you handle that?
I come out once a week, 4 times a month, and I pretty much, my schedule is Monday through Sunday, so I never give the day or time I come out just because I have so many clients.
Right.
It's so hard to maintain that schedule.
So do you look for it, or do the dogs kind of let you know, I'm always going to go over here? So.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say this. I'm an expert at finding it. I have a nose for it. And I just, I pretty much know dogs do have a routine. Certain dogs have routines where they have to mark their territory. So it's something I feel like that I always guarantee 90%. And I'm pretty good with that 90%, guarantee.
So what do you do with it? You put it in a bag and carry it to the dump, or what?
I put it in a bag and I dispose of it through a waste management company here in central Pennsylvania. They come out once a week, 4 times a month.
All right.
The average weight is probably 2,000 to 3,000 pounds a week.
And after you pick up their poop and everything, do you spray stuff on the area to get rid of the yucky stuff, or how does that work?
Sometimes I use stuff, it depending on if the customer wants that or not. That's obviously a customer by customer basis.
Mm-hmm.
On the website, you show a cat also. That's hard to find, that stuff.
You know what? Cats are actually much easier to find, Larry, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yes.
Because why?
Because they run and hide in short distance. Dogs run forever. Cats don't run miles and miles and miles. Cats run within a block or two, and pretty much it is much easier to find once you find out their location and where they're hiding at. Dogs will run miles and miles and miles in a couple hours.
So if I have a cat and a dog, is it $45 a month?
A cat is, obviously, I don't do litter boxes, but I do dogs. So it's a matter of the $45 a month up to $60 a month, I think it costs. For 4 dogs or more is where it's once a week, 4 times a month.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
We are having an interesting conversation. This isn't just about a business from a man up in Pennsylvania who picks up dog poop. I mean, this man has changed his life with this business, and he's using it to make sure children hear his story so that maybe they don't make the mistakes he made. That's what it sounds like to me. Fred Nell is our guest, and he wrote a book about it. It's his memoir. I want to ask about that, too. The book is called How Dog Poop Saved My Life. So let's kind of jump ahead a little bit. You got the business going, you've got a few customers, and your clientele starts to grow. The word starts getting out, and it's working for you. At what point do you say, this has changed my life?
I think when I started seeing my son more and knowing that I met a woman who eventually I married, when I was seeing my son eventually after jail, after a PSA, after proving to the judge that I was a better person, I think the once a week, every other weekend turned into an opportunity of more time with my son. So I knew that business was changing me as a person, as a father, just being more responsible.
How did you take him? Was he young enough to have a good time? Like, could he go with you when you picked up the dog poop? Was that something you did together?
We in the summertime he does spend some time with me, but it's something he doesn't prefer to do because I get up so early in the morning. But we also have discussed starting this summer, he will be working for me 2 days a week, and he's to start learning some more responsibilities in life.
Do you have a title? I mean, have you created a title for what you do? Well, you don't want to call yourself the dog poop guy. You want to, like I don't know.
The master
Scoop Man. I get called Scoop Man a lot. Recently, I just got an email from a friend of mine who now calls me the Golden Turd Boy. So,
oh no!
Oh, gee.
It's advertising. When you're advertising your company.
Well, there you go.
You're just grateful that people are talking about it, and good
That's
news.
true.
It makes the phone ring.
I need a dropping technician or something.
I haven't really thought about that too much, but
No.
I'll give it a thought for you.
All right.
How old is your son now, and do you have children with your lady in your life right now?
My son is 13, and we are currently trying to expand our family.
Oh, nice.
In 2013, if God allows us to do that, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, good for you.
And she's been has she been sticking by your side this whole time also?
She has, and if you notice, I'm getting choked up because certainly my family is important to me, and she's a big supporter of mine. My son is a big supporter. We call our family a team. We can't do it without each other. We have to do it together with each other. And it's pretty cool how our lifestyle is because I'm totally different than my wife. My wife is a Jewish Christian woman, and I'm the guy who picks up dog poop. She's got all the degrees. I have no degrees. So we're totally the opposite person, and I curse and yell all the time. She curses maybe once a year, so we're totally the opposite.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? I mean, you're kind of you're reminding us of something. It's important for all people, but I think I know the women's lovers don't like this, but I think men especially have to feel like they're contributing to somebody's life before they feel like they deserve that person. And you now, I mean, you're doing it right. You figured it out, and the fact that you recognize that, and the fact that you're willing to say what you did wrong, and then present the whole thing to young people, that's outstanding.
Well, I appreciate that, and I believe that you need to be honest when someone asks you a question. And I believe if you're honest, the worst they can do is not understand or agree with it just based upon their beliefs. But I'd rather be honest than you telling me I'm a liar, because being a liar, I'm not smart enough to remember all those lies. It's not part of who I am, and it gets me in a lot of trouble. I'm not going to lie to you, being honest, but I don't want you to think I'm lying to you, and I'd rather you hate me for being honest than hate me for lying.
And don't ever think that you're not smart, by the way. You are very smart to be able to understand what needs to be done in your life and make your life work. I watched a biography recently on David Geffen. I don't know if you know who he is. is, but I mean, the guy's a billionaire. He made his money in showbiz, and he was told as a kid that he would never amount to anything because he was very poor at school.
Sure.
And he thought of himself as stupid.
Sure.
He was not stupid. He knew how to make money. Later on, he figured it out, and that seems like what you're doing. So the idea to talk to kids, how did that come about, and how did you first do it? Did you go to the schools? What came first, the book or the speaking engagements?
Well, Larry, the book is not complete yet. We're still working on it. It's going to be sometime in 2013. Obviously, it's a lot of work. When it's completed, I'll reach out to you and let you know. The school idea came from one of my school counselors when I was growing up. He actually reached out to me about 7 years ago and said, hey, we're having a career day. I know you've been through a lot in your life. You're a successful businessman now. Can you come in and talk to the kids? And I said, certainly. He knew who I was then. He knows how I am now. I'm very direct. And I got invited back every year after that. And then my wife said to me, and I talked about it, she said, look, your message is pretty strong, and we started reaching out to schools. And I do a lot of schools in this area. I'm actually going to Rochester, New York next month. I go up to Greece Athena High School and speak to kids up there, which is a friend of mine, Jim Johnson, and J Mac, the autistic kid who scored 20 points in a high school basketball game. So I'm going up there to speak. My son being autistic, I can relate to that story. So it's really about giving back now. It's not the money anymore. It's about giving back.
Wow, that is amazing. You have an autistic son, and you're reaching out to help other children as well as taking care of your child.
That is awesome. Yeah, I'm going to give you a little tip. I don't know if you've heard of the National Association of Campus Activities. Have you?
I have not.
Okay, look it up. NACA for short. This is the organization that activities directors at colleges use to hire guest speakers. And all you would have to do really is go to your local whatever region you're in for NACA, National Association of Campus Activities. Find your region. You have to spend a couple $100 to join the group, but then you could speak before at their conference, and all of the activities directors are in that audience, and they will all make a decision whether or not to have you at their school to talk to those students, to the college age kids. Just a little tip. If
absolutely, I already wrote it down, and I'll have my personal assistant, which is my wife, to look into that.
Let me ask you, how many dogs do you have?
I had one as of October 9th. My dog Teddy at 14 years old, we had to put down for cancer.
I'm looking at the picture. Teddy was beautiful.
Yeah, he's the reason behind it. I mean, he's the reason I started Mr. Scoop.
Yeah.
When you had nothing left after you got out of jail, you had him, and he was always there for me.
There you go.
How do you keep the attention of the children and get them to trust you while you're speaking to them?
That's really simple. I think the first thing I say to them is, listen, I'm up here going to tell you about my life. It's good, bad, and ugly. Don't waste my time. I won't waste yours. If you want to learn about life, listen to me. If not, just leave the room. And pretty much it gets them to think this guy's not messing around.
Yeah. And that's the way you grew up. It sounds like where are you in Pennsylvania? What city?
I'm in Lidditz, Pennsylvania.
Oh, and what's that near? Oh, that's right. You're near Hershey.
Near Hershey, about a half an hour away.
That's right. You told me that already. Okay, now a silly kind of a question. If I go to my mechanic's house, like for a 4th of July party, his car is a mess. It's not fixed. Mm-hmm. Is your yard? Oh, you don't have a dog anymore. Never mind. I was going to say.
It's funny. You know what? I never cleaned up my own poop. I had my son do it all the time.
Oh, there you go. That works.
I was just trying to be silly there. Well, I love your story, Fred. I love you are the Rocky of dog poop.
Yes, you are.
Well, I appreciate that, and it's something that I'm very proud of, and I try to be more humble every day. I wake up realizing what kind of gift I've been given through God, and knowing that, some days I wake up, Larry, I play golf. Some days I work. Last year I played about 125 times a round of golf. So I've been very, very, very fortunate.
I want you to be very successful with the book. I think you are making a big difference in a lot of lives by your decision to write this book. It's going to be called, I didn't realize it wasn't out yet, it will be called How Dog Poop Saved My Life. You already have that .com.
Sure.
HowDogPoopSavedMyLife.com, which I just went to and saw kind of the same thing I saw on MrScoop.com. It's the same site, isn't it?
It's two different sites, two different websites.
Okay.
One talks about the book. One talks about Mr. Scoop Dog Waste Removal Service.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on the air with
Sure.
us. Good luck with everything you're doing. Hopefully, you'll 1 year from now you'll be back on, or less than a year. You'll be talking about the book, talking about your new baby, and I just think you're on the best path you could have ever chosen for yourself.
Sure. I have one story, if you don't mind me telling you real quick.
Go ahead.
I have a way I market my business now. It's through yard signs, kind of like realtor signs, throughout throughout Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania. About 3 years ago, someone was stealing a sign I put up. It was 5 foot by 5 foot, and they stole it one night. And
Wow.
The next day, they dropped it off at my house, destroyed it completely, put it in my driveway. And I went outside the next morning. I called the authorities, and the cop said, "Who do you think did this?" And I said, "I don't know at all." So I wasn't too happy about the sign. It cost me a couple $100. So the next night, I got another sign. I put another sign up. I put it in the same location. This time, I didn't tell anybody except for my wife. I put a tracking system in it.
Oh.
Well, the next morning at 3 a.m., my phone goes off, and I caught it Teddy on the move, just like my dog's name.
Aw.
Well, my sign was on the move again. Well, let's just say I tracked the guy who stole it to his work in the back of his pickup truck with 3 cop cars standing around me. They looked at me and said, "Scoop, how'd you catch this guy?" And I said, "I put him on a GPS system and tracked him everywhere he went with my sign."
Oh, man.
And the cops are like, "We can't believe you did this. You didn't tell anybody. This is great." And from that point on, I've actually gotten phone calls from police departments asking me what device I use. They can use it to track their own investigation. So it's kind of a funny story in the family. But the guy never thought I'd catch him. I caught him with it in the back of his pickup truck at 4 o'clock in the morning at his job.
Wow, that is awesome.
Wow.
It's pretty funny. That's one of the stories in the book, and certainly there's many more. And certainly we talked about the bail bondsman who bailed me out of jail. He's one of my golfing partners today. The cop who threw me in jail is one of my closest friends today. So really, there's definitely a way that God wanted me to live my life down the road.
Man, you just keep doing it, and everything good to you, Fred. I loved the conversation. I love the positive message, and just keep doing what you're doing.
Well, thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, and definitely come back when the book is done. All right.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time.
All right. We'll take a break and be right back.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Internet addiction is real because it takes over sufferers' lives, costing them their savings, job, their relationships. And the only way for internet addicts to regain control is by getting professional treatment. The point is to not expect your partner to be everything in your life. That's a big mistake. When you're self-sufficient, you do add strength to your relationship because you don't depend on your partner to fill all of your emotional needs.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
They've served our country. They've kept us free. And they need your help.
We're sitting in Veterans Park. You can't sit here not realizing that you're surrounded by heroes. There are a lot of heroes in our community. A lot of heroes, unfortunately, are not in good financial shape. They're hurting both physically and financially. We step in and help directly. Our role is to reach out to them. We're there to help the veteran. We do counseling. We do outreach. Sometimes it's just coming into the office and sitting down and saying, "Hey, I've got a problem," and you're talking to another veteran who understands that problem.
Everybody who works for the Vets Helping Vets are awesome, and they are so kind to everybody. They're like my second family. They really are.
They have been there during the holidays. I have gotten unexpected visits, assistance.
Vets Helping Vets of Marion County needs your help. Call today, 352-433-2320, and pledge your support to Vets Helping Vets of Marion County.
It really has been a blessing.
What's up, Ocala?
This is Joel
And Amanda
with What's Up Ocala Magazine and Media.
We want to invite you to come see Ocala's top fashion designers
And models.
The New Year's Kickoff Business Expo begins at 1:30 with a never-to-forget fashion show following at 6 p.m. What's Up Ocala will have food, live music, and vendors showcasing their new products for 2013.
Categories of fashion include dress to impress, equine, business casual, a weekend away, local designer showcases from game day dresses, and the Tutu Factory. We will be ending the show show with a complete bridal transformation. This is the largest fashion show Ocala has ever seen, emceed by the one and only Kelly Hart, with performances by local and national bands.
Sponsorships and vendor booths are still available. Be sure to attend this free event and stay connected to our updates by visiting our Facebook page or downloading the What's Up app from the App Store and Android Market. It's free.
The 2013 Ocala's Choice Awards will be presented at the show. This is an event you don't want to miss.
What's up, Ocala?
This is Wendy and Will of Dex Imaging. By now, you might be tired of hearing us talk about Dex. So instead of us telling you how much Dex can save you on your copier costs and how we can help your office be more efficient, we thought we'd let Judy tell you.
Hi, I'm Judy, the office manager of Graper Facial Institute here in Gainesville. We operate 8 medical offices, so I was looking for a document management system that would copy